Good life, easy baby. We're back
Again.
with Fight Night.
Good Life Easy presents the Fight Night.
Finally, we are back with a major bout.
Major bout, bro.
Heavyweight
Major bout.
boxing at its finest.
Heavyweight boxing at its finest, and as you know, after the Paul brothers have taken over boxing
yes, yeah,
and they're
fuck
dominating the boxing sport,
Need some real shit.
and we finally have a
Yes,
real
yes,
bout,
yes,
where nobody's gonna complain that one fighter, one opponent is a YouTuber. you know?
Fucking hell, bro. I'm fed up of talking
Yeah.
about that shit.
So now, like, two legacy fighters are fighting, and I think right now the biggest fighters, definitely.
One of them, not the other, I would say.
No.
Yeah, you think Deontay is big?
As in together, it's like the biggest.
Together, yeah.
fighter.
Like the rivalry, the
Like
combination.
Deontay Wilder has 40 knockouts and one loss. Okay, so
But that one loss,
yeah. So this is a great trilogy. Very, very interesting. It was not going to happen because their contract had expired due to COVID.
Correct.
Deontay was fighting it in the court. Tyson Fury had given up. He didn't want to fight him anymore
Correct.
after the lovely allegations that Deontay put on him. He won the case. And Tyson had to back out of the AJ fight and fight Deontay.
The hardest scene was.
But I'm not complaining.
The hardest scene was that, basically, they say that Deontay Wilder was quiet for 15 months. He let Tyson Fury go about his life, fix all his fights. They said that the real winners of this bout were Deontay Wilder's lawyers.
That's a fact.
Because suddenly, like, his bout is confirmed with AJ. That would be the biggest fucking heavyweight bout, at least for the last 20, 25, 30 years, okay?
Bro,
AJ Tyson Fury will at least be in the pay-per-view top 10.
It would be definitely bigger than both the Wilder fights.
Way bigger, bro. Way, because it's UK, right? UK's finest.
And also AJ did not just go through the loss which he just did last week.
So then suddenly this fucking Deontay Wilder comes and he's like, no, basically, we need to have the trilogy.
Yeah.
And then suddenly the trilogy comes about, and then of course Tyson Fury tested positive for COVID,
Got
and then
delayed.
the fight was
It got
delayed.
delayed.
And the fight was
July
delayed.
or something, right? Yeah.
The fight got delayed, but now it's finally happening.
It's happening, and I'm very excited because I'm a very, very big Tyson Fury fan, and I just love his style of boxing.
Yes.
He's 6'9".
6'9", 265.
Yeah, 6'9". Okay,
And so agile,
and
huh?
he moves like a cruiserweight.
Welterweight, bro.
He moves beautifully. He moves like no other heavyweight boxer. He moves literally the similar style of Muhammad Ali.
Correct. Very similar.
Being that
very
big,
similar.
but
very fluid.
very fluid.
Very fluid.
Like a proper boxer's boxer.
Very fluid fighter. Very fluid fighter. If you look at him fight, exactly, you'll feel like, dude, this guy's like a welterweight fighter.
Yeah. And on the other hand, as we all know, the strongest right hand
Bro.
out there, apparently, maybe in the history, him and George Foreman, they are the two, who are going against each other. The biggest punchers.
The biggest punchers. That
So,
one punch power.
One punch power. He was never known for his boxing abilities, Deontay Wilder. But that right hand, what
That can
what are you
sleep
going to say?
anyone.
Because the record speaks, right? 40 knockouts.
Yeah, 40 knockouts. And if
One
you see,
draw, one loss.
Bro, if you always see Deontay Wilder's knockouts, it's like something out of a Rocky movie, bro.
Exactly, bro.
If you see that punch, you'll see all the
Highlight
sweat
reel.
flying.
Yeah.
You'll see all the sweat flying.
Yeah.
You'll see the guy just dead on the ground, bro. He's like, is he even alive?
Knockout cold.
Knocked out cold.
Knockout cold.
Cold. And when Deontay Wilder connects the right, it's over.
Yeah.
But this is where it changes, right? He connected so many with Tyson, but Tyson was just coming back and
got
back
up.
and back.
He got up.
Like, who would have thought Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, the first bout? Okay, bro. Who was favorite?
Wilder. Yeah. Because Tyson Fury came out of like the biggest bender of his life.
where he almost killed himself.
4 years out of the sport, became 400 kilos or 400 pounds or whatever. He became very big, 400 pounds.
Yeah.
He became huge. Got into a drug habit. He was doing cocaine and openly talking about it. And also
then that story,
alcohol.
That story where he says that, I was in my Ferrari.
He tried to commit suicide.
I was on drugs. I was high on cocaine and alcohol, and I was at 350 kilometers an hour, and I was approaching a fucking divider.
Yeah.
And he's like, should I just kill myself? And then he was about to kill himself, but then he turned. And that's why his life changed.
Yeah. And because what he said was that after the Klitschko fight, he thought that there was he's like, that was the most depressing moment of my life because it was the biggest achievement ever. It was my dream since I started boxing that I'm going to win this against Klitschko in Germany.
Yes.
When nobody thought it would be possible.
Correct.
But after I won it, I realized I have no other purpose in life.
Yes. And he also, you know, like he also...
And he had a family,
Yeah, he also goes out and says that, you know, that's why I believe that money is not everything, because I had everything.
Yeah.
I was world champion. I was undefeated. I had a family. I had my children. I had enough money to buy anything I wanted.
Yeah.
But still I was depressed.
True.
You know, that's why now if you see him now, it's like Tyson Fury, smart Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
You know, I think every boxer eventually has to go through this phase, right?
Of course.
Because boxers, usually the top heavyweights or the top winners always come from struggles, right? And when you've not seen money and you get money, you go a little crazy.
Crazy.
You know?
And yeah, it's crazy. He not only has a great story, but he's a great boxer.
Great boxer.
He's a great boxer. And I'm a big fan. And the stories that you hear from like people who've seen him spar and all is just incredible. People are shocked. That I heard this one lawyer basically who's like I think Lennox Lewis's manager also. He said that when I was seeing him spar before he started, I was like, how is he a boxer with so much back fat?
Yo, this guy's fatter, and I love how he flexes his fat.
He flexes his fat.
He enters. Look at this.
Yeah.
You know, look at. Do you remember that press conference during Klitschko and?
Bro, he said
Tyson
if you
Fury?
can't defeat a fat man like me, you don't call yourself a boxer.
Exactly.
Legend.
That's facts. That's facts.
Yeah.
You know, he's standing up for the.
And why I respect Tyson is also that after all this happened and he took the big L in the court against Deontay, he's like, fuck it, I'll fight you. You think I'm scared of you? You're mad?
Yeah.
I'll fight you.
Yeah. And of course, in the second bout, we saw the allegations that Deontay Wilder.
Bro, let's talk about the allegations, Rahul. Hit it.
The allegations were fucking dumb because number one is that if you think about it, what was Deontay Wilder's go-to allegation? I was fine, I wanted to fight, but my trainer fucked up. That was the main allegation. First, he was getting whooped.
No, go line, sir, bro.
Huh?
Step by step.
Step by step, okay.
The first one
what
was
number one? The egg weights in the
No.
gloves.
The first one was the entry suit was 40 pounds.
Correct.
So I got tired.
Correct. But Chutia, who's telling you to wear the 40 pounds
And the
suit?
second one was egg weights.
Egg weights.
Then was the fake glove.
And then was that drug that he drugged my water.
That his hand was not in the glove in the perfect
Correct.
placement.
No, you're saying that there was weights, so there was some cement.
Yeah.
There was PA. What is that? Plaster of Paris.
Yeah. And then he said that my own trainer drugged me.
And then he was also saying that my own trainer was paid by Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
There are many allegations. But to be honest with you, bro, allegations only lead to one thing, you know. Is that it just showcases that you're trying to hide something. It's just that you're unable to accept the fact that you got defeated. You know. I think Deontay Wilder would have gained more fans and would have actually retained a few fans if he went out and said that,
Bro,
it was well fought by Tyson Fury.
His fans, even the journalists who are like big fans of him, because they're like, regardless of what you say, that he does not box, he's won all his fights, right?
Yeah.
So we are fans of his. Even they say that what he's saying against Tyson Fury is ridiculous.
It does not make sense. It does not make sense.
It doesn't make sense because, like, I saw one of the press conferences and Tyson Fury like said one thing which made a lot of sense, that if you made one excuse and stuck by it, people would believe you. But you came out with 35,000 excuses.
Exactly. One you stay. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
That's why have one fucking excuse.
Yeah. You're saying that when your person is sitting and seeing my hands being wrapped, it has something on it. I'm putting an egg weight. Okay. My gloves are I'm using some other type of glove.
Correct.
Then your own trainer who's I think he's some Olympian or something. Like he's a very well respected trainer.
His old trainer?
Yeah, his old trainer, very well respected trainer. He's poisoned your water.
Why would he do that when he's won you 40 fights?
Yeah.
But what will be very interesting to see this fight is I've seen a lot of those pre-match build-ups, and Deontay Wilder is definitely looking very fluid. You know, before he was not that fluid, bro. If you see the second fight highlights, also you see his legs.
But you're seeing the fight highlights right now. You're seeing the gym highlights.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. But he's looking way more fluid because if you see the
gym mein alag hota hai aur fight.
No, I'm still saying that if you see the training montage of his second and first fight, also he's not moving like that.
See, there is no doubt that the previous loss took a big toll on him emotionally. Like you can see it. It's like he's an actor in a movie. It's so evident. Right?
And it was just levels, bro. Levels to this shit. Tyson Fury was just way too prepared, and Tyson Fury comes out and says that I only need a 3-week camp to beat Deontay Wilder. Fuck that.
Tyson Fury said that I'm going to come out. I'm going to fight you toe to toe. I've changed my fucking coach. I'm with Sugar Hill now. He's a knockout coach.
Yeah.
You know, he teaches people how to knock you out.
Yeah.
I'm going to knock you out.
Yeah, that's it.
And he did it. Nobody believed it because Deontay was like, you don't have the knockout power. I felt your power. You don't have the knockout power. And he did that.
Absolutely.
And you remember Deontay's face, right? All out of it.
Out of it, correct.
When the towel was thrown
Correct.
in. So, I also find it unfortunate that a person with his kind of a legacy and career is saying all this, but whatever it is, I'm excited for the fight because
it's going to be crazy.
I know that fluid or know that Deontay is dangerous.
Very dangerous.
He's dangerous because he's already got Tyson Fury down.
Correct.
So he's dangerous.
Correct.
And
he's coming. He has to prove himself because he knows that if he loses this, he's just another boxer.
It's over.
He's just an ex-heavyweight, a former heavyweight champion.
It's over.
You know, but that being said,
he's coming in a heavy underdog.
Yeah, he's coming in as a heavy underdog. But
Dana White also said that Tyson Fury is too good. I don't know what's going to happen, but he's too good.
He's too good. Like Deontay Wilder also, I would say, is going to come in with a proper plan to fucking avenge his loss.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen. I mean, like, I still think that it could just be a draw. Like, even Deontay Wilder could just knock the fuck out of Tyson Fury.
But it's good that we're finally getting a legit boxing bout to see, you know, because none of these other guys are fighting anybody respectable.
But I really liked, I'm really looking forward to Canelo and that Caleb Plant because of the press conference.
Yeah, but now...
I just want to see how badly Canelo whoops his ass.
The same thing happened with Billy Joel Saunders.
Yeah.
The same thing. Exactly. It was the same thing.
But
the same thing was happening with Caleb Plant. But the same thing.
I don't want to talk about Canelo because Canelo has just been retiring people.
Yeah.
This guy is just going out and retiring everyone he fights.
Yeah. He's that good.
Like this Billy Joe Saunders retired. Caleb Plant retired because his fucking arm got fucked up. You know that, right?
Has it?
Yeah. Bro.
Not Caleb Plant.
The
Turkish guy.
No.
Oh yeah, sorry. I know what you're talking about. The British guy who he fought.
I can't get his name.
I know what you're talking about.
He has a very strong backhand. So what did Canelo do? He just fucking made his hand swell up like this, bro.
Yeah.
Retired.
Oh, he retired?
Retired. It's over. So,
damn.
You know.
But anyways, I'm very excited for Sunday morning. The fight's on, I think, the new arena, the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
And full capacity this time.
Obviously,
full
bro.
Capacity.
Obviously.
It's going to be a banger.
It's going to be the event of the year, I feel.
Absolutely.
Because boxing is high stakes. Boxing is definitely very high stakes. So they're going to come out with like the whole cavalcade, you know, like music, and he's going to be
is it
throne.
True that in the second fight, Tyson Fury wore Deontay Wilder's outfit from the first fight? Same to same, apparently. That's
he
what
wore the king and the robe.
So apparently, I think Deontay Wilder wore that in the first fight.
Oh, I don't...
So that's what people are saying that he's going to do in the third fight, that he's going to wear the same exact outfit Deontay wore in the second fight.
I would love that.
You understanding?
Because he's a troll. And Tyson Fury now... Why people like Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather, Tyson Fury are great at trash talking? Why are they great? Why are they such, like, you know, there are very good boxers, but not everybody can pull numbers. They're very good MMA fighters, but not everybody can pull numbers. Why is this guy so good? You know why? Because we believe him.
Absolutely.
Rahul, we believe him.
Absolutely.
When he says something, he says it with such conviction and he says it with such honesty that you're like, he believes what he's saying, so I believe him.
I believe him. I believe him.
And not all fighters you believe.
Not only that, but you also believe in him because of his past performances. When Floyd Mayweather used to come on 24/7 and on Showtime, and he's like, whether you hate me or you fucking love me, you're going to tune in because you want to watch me lose, and that's not going to fucking happen. Yeah. How the fuck are you not going to tune in?
Yeah. And Tyson Fury just saying that, bro, I'll accept any challenge. AJ, Anthony, I'll whoop him with a hand tied behind my back.
Imagine that shit. And then he comes out and says, you know what he told Deontay Wilder, bro?
You dosser.
All the press conferences. Firstly, I don't understand why the fuck are you in a press conferences with your headphones on and you're not talking.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You got to sell a fight, okay? I understand you want to be in your zone. But that just says two things. You're a pussy.
I don't want to answer the questions.
You're a pussy. Okay? And you just don't want Tyson Fury to get into your head because he has in the past.
And I don't want the media to ask me about the allegations.
Yeah. So that I didn't understand much. I didn't understand that why do you have headphones on and why is your coach answering questions for you?
Tyson Fury.
Because you've lost already then.
Yeah, of course. He's like, now I'm going to show you in the ring.
Yeah.
I'm wearing red, so I'm going to get it back in blood.
Oh.
Like, you know, those one-line answers. So, but yeah, whatever. Tyson Fury also said one very interesting thing that, okay, if I cheated, I didn't cheat once, twice. I cheated so many things. I'm saying, chalo, I cheated. Okay? Yeah, I cheated. I did all this. I'm saying it on stage. I did it. Okay? In the third fight, why haven't you taken precaution to make sure I don't cheat?
Oh.
Why haven't you made sure that I don't cheat at one of the things of the last
Fair
things?
Fair enough.
Why?
Fair enough.
If I cheated for all these different things, my gloves, my this, your trainer, I'm paying everybody. You know, your person is in my room seeing my hands being
Correct,
wrapped. I paid this guy also.
Correct.
Why haven't you done anything in the third fight?
Exactly.
Why didn't you fight for one clause which says that I can't do something? He looked at the press and he's not made one change. He's not requested for one thing.
Exactly. So we know, man. It's evident. But I think we are being too biased towards Tyson Fury. But the fact is that Deontay Wilder again can knock the fuck out of Tyson Fury.
I never underestimate a person at that caliber.
And I'm predicting Deontay Wilder.
You're going for?
Yeah.
Okay,
because
so predictions. Okay, let's go.
I want to see a Deontay Tyson Fury 4.
Let's do the predictions now. Okay, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury.
Round 7 knockout.
Round 7 knockout.
Deontay Wilder winning.
I'm going round 5.
TKO Tyson. What are you saying?
Bro. Tyson. I'm a big Tyson Fury fan.
Of course.
Been with. I wanted him to win all the other fights also. So
you know why I just feel that like Deontay Wilder also has a very good backstory. You know, like he struggled a lot.
Great.
Like I think one of his it could be turned into a movie. Like somebody who comes from a town where boxing is not famous.
True that.
And then he goes into a small gym setup and then he just trains. And he has a daughter who unfortunately has a lot of abnormal, you know, like having a lot of you can say mental health issues. And his only way out to save his daughter is by boxing. So this is like an actual movie. You know? And I definitely feel that he knows that a lot is at stake.
Yeah.
Because if he loses this one, it's tough for him to ever get a good fight again.
No, he's definitely going to get good fights. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, but like you're not going to be compared as one of the greats.
No, but he's a $30 million fighter.
Yeah, but bro, you've got 2 defeats. Like it's like saying would Floyd Mayweather ever earn $100 million in a fight if he had that one loss?
True. No chance.
Like Tyson Fury is gonna go and make millions, go into the Hall of Fame. Deontay Wilder will also go into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But there'll be levels.
But the most interesting part about Deontay's story is that everybody said he can't box.
Yes.
In fact, with even Ruiz, he lost 6 rounds and then knocked him out.
Knocked him the fuck out, bro.
6 rounds.
And you saw that knockout?
Bro, that was the most vicious.
He fell back like that.
Yeah, that was the most vicious. And he lost all the rounds. But Tyson Fury got knocked down.
In the last round.
Got up and won the round.
Yo, that's hard. Bro, and they still say
he
that.
He got up and won the round.
They still say that it was like the referee had counted 7, 8. And everyone thought that it's over. And then he just gets up like The Undertaker. Yeah. And then just destroys.
Yeah. And when it comes to the referee count, it's on the referee. You know why? Because if you see the Mike Tyson versus the... I forgot his name, bro. The guy who he lost with in Japan. His first loss. How can I forget his name, bro? Okay, anyways. So basically, Mike Tyson had knocked him down also. And that was a very slow count, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah. And then Mike Tyson got knocked out. How can I forget his name, bro?
Are you talking about where
in Japan
he
lost
had
his
cocaine
first...
in his duffel bag?
Yeah.
And he was in Japan.
Yeah, his first
doing
loss.
drugs and fucking hookers before his fight.
Yeah.
Gangster.
Yeah. And now look at him, bro.
Aryan Khan.
Yeah. Anyways, so we'll be back Sunday.
Good Life Easy. We are back with the final round for the possible fight of the decade. What they're calling the best heavyweight title fight for the past 25 years. So before we even get into it, I just want to say that basketball is amazing. Football is incredible. You know, cricket is India's favorite pastime sport. But there's absolutely nothing like a big fight.
Facts.
You know, there's absolutely nothing like a big fight when there's an epic back and forth. I think that's like the creme de la creme of athletics.
Absolutely.
You know, and when I'm saying combat sports, I don't care whether it's MMA or boxing. But now that you think about it, that there's levels to this shit. There's levels to this sports shit, you know. And according to me, at least, I think combat sports is on top.
It's on top.
There's nothing more thrilling than this.
It's on top. That's what everybody said, that the biggest winner today, last night was boxing.
Absolutely. Finally. There was something, you know.
Yeah.
There's something to talk about.
And also it's like, eventually, like you do enjoy this YouTube boxing and this the celebrities boxing. It's a new thing. You also want to see that what are people doing. It's interesting. But you want a good fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end, you want two people at the peak of their careers to go at each other. You know, same age, same kind of experience. You know, no one has an advantage in that sort. And obviously, it's a trilogy. The first two fights did not disappoint at all. And even as you said, like the first thing when I saw the fight, while watching the fight, even I thought about the same thing, that the times when we used to see the highlights or the fights of Hagler, Hearns, Muhammad Ali, Frazier, just hanging out and watching these fights, you know, tuning in quietly, just sitting and watching these fights, which are already like
something that we could not witness live. Something that we could not witness live.
And at the end of the evening, we would always be like, you don't get to see something like this right now. You don't get to see these kind of brawls, these kind of back and forths.
Absolutely.
And to see it tonight was a lot of fun. The first two times also, it was a lot of fun. It did not disappoint at all. Maybe Tyson Fury is that kind of a boxer, because you can't say that heavyweight boxing is just more exciting as is, because nobody is as exciting as Tyson Fury.
But I think on the contrary, I think heavyweight boxing is always way more exciting than featherweight or like lightweight.
Of course.
Because you know that the chances of somebody getting knocked down are way more. So that's why I think heavyweight boxing is like the prime.
Yeah. But just look at it, like who else is there? Like Anthony Joshua is not at that skill level if you compare it to Tyson. I feel like he didn't even want Deontay because he found Deontay too dangerous. And regardless of his boxing abilities, we know that Deontay is dangerous.
He's dangerous. Bro, of course. That's a fact. He's got 40 knockouts.
Yeah.
And the only two fights that he's not got any knockouts is the one with Fury.
And do you think, if you had to assume that Deontay versus AJ would be a walkthrough for AJ?
No, Deontay is winning.
Yeah.
Deontay
you're saying Deontay is winning.
Deontay is winning.
Yeah, people don't have Deontay in the conversation only.
Deontay, see, you know what? The scene is that a lot of people played Deontay down, this Wilder down. But to be honest with you, I think that he came out in this fight and he proved that he's a fucking warrior.
Exactly.
You know, I think the first round where he was landing the jab to the body was one of his best rounds in the trilogy.
I think that was
he started the fight like, I was like, fuck, it's going to be a short one.
Yeah. So in this fight, it was Fury who was the puncher, and Deontay who started off as a boxer.
Exactly, like I've never seen him throw a jab to the body, and the first round all he did was that.
Yeah,
you know,
he came with the game plan.
And then the second and third round, we know what happened. Then after the third round, it was an epic back and forth, like a slugfest.
Yeah,
you know.
Let's get into the fight. Okay, so from again the entrances. Fine. Let's take a minute out for the entrances.
Sure.
Fucking epic, bro.
Sure, absolutely.
Fucking epic.
Absolutely.
A fight at this caliber deserves these kind of entrances.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It reminds me of like, you know, Rocky days.
Yeah.
The movie.
It's movie-like.
It's definitely
the
movie-like.
grandeur is a must. And when these fighters are fighting like 50 million and 35 million and whatnot, bro, might as well give a show, bro. Might as well give a show.
Absolutely.
Fury came out as like a Roman king or something.
Yeah.
With and, like dancers and drums and whatnot.
This Wilder came out with some Nigerian. They say that, you know, that's called like some Nigerian voodoo shit.
Oh.
So he's wearing like a voodoo costume.
But that's ironic because he said that he was
that's why
poisoned.
That's why
last fight.
He did something related to voodoo. It was a hard outfit. It was quite hard.
But it was very light, only the mask.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not like last time.
Smart guy. At least he came prepared that, you know, I know people are going to talk shit, so let me just fucking move on with it. Yeah. But I want to get into the fight. First round, easy money for Wilder. I was like, okay, it's going to be a short one.
So I think that Wilder's coach gave him a very accurate game plan. I think he said that do this, you know. You gotta follow this, and I think Wilder tried to follow it to the T.
Yeah.
And basically, I think he didn't want Fury coming and commanding the pace of the fight. He didn't want Fury coming on the front foot. He wanted to maintain the lead in that sense. So he came out aggressive. But Fury is a very good dancer. He can move around. So he did a very good job evading. Deontay landed some nice ones, you know, and did not let go of the pace in the first round.
No, first round was easy Wilder.
Yeah, did not go.
I think it was Wilder's best round.
in his history.
Ever.
Yeah,
in the
terms of
trilogy for
boxing.
sure.
Yeah.
In the trilogy 100%.
Yeah.
I give it to him.
No. The 12th round with the two knockdowns were the best.
Out of
best
the
round,
no, but like boxing wise, this was
boxing
great.
wise, yeah.
Otherwise, it's like cliche.
Waiting for the
He
counter
just
and 1-2.
This was like, okay, there's some IQ to it.
Absolutely,
You know?
absolutely. So he came with a game plan, and I think Tyson also had to read him out.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, bro. Like when you are rooting for a fighter, do you feel like that? Oh fuck, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please take care.
Absolutely. No, I'm always like shit, you know, like it's your prediction, you know, so you
Yeah.
have to go with it.
And not only a prediction, but you want that particular fighter to win also. No, it's not like you just predict. You
Bro,
it's
I'm
like
more of a
team.
prediction. If I made a prediction, I don't care. I like Fury more than Wilder, but I predicted Wilder, so I was like, okay, fuck, you know,
Okay.
Wilder has to win because
No, but
I
like,
feel that
isn't it like choosing a fighter like choosing a football team or a cricket team also? Like you want them to win, you want them to be, you know.
of course.
So I've in the first round I was like, oh fuck, just take care.
Yeah,
and I knew
yeah,
that
yeah.
Fury is very smart and
Correct,
he doesn't underestimate his opponents.
Correct.
But that first round was scary, bro,
Great,
as a
but-
Fury fan.
But then the second and third round was even scarier. Right? I think after the third round they went berserk.
Yeah. So second round
The
also.
third round was, I think, third to the fifth round was an absolute back and forth.
It was epic, bro. It was
Back and
beautiful.
forth.
The second round, Fury picked up the momentum. He's
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not going to let you
Yeah,
do that
yeah.
now. It's going to be a back and forth. And Deontay also had his full gas. So the second round also
Yeah.
he gave his 100%. And then we come to the third round. I think in the third round itself, Deontay knew that he's going to gas out
Absolutely.
any moment.
Absolutely.
So
And
you-
why was he going to gas out? Is because of the 277 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, Fury was just holding on to Wilder.
Yeah.
So he's going to gas him out with the weight.
Absolutely.
Which Wilder also agreed in
Yeah.
the press conference.
Yeah, but it's just a tactic.
Yeah, yeah.
It's nothing illegal. But if you notice like that, even the Wilder's whole idea of throwing long jabs to the body and trying to come up to the top, you know, it was that because he has that kind of reach.
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
But you know who else has that kind of reach? His opponent.
Tyson Fury, yeah, of course.
Okay.
He's 6'9". He's 6'9"
So-
compared to 6'7".
But
bro.
if you like, he came out full cross like
Yeah.
that, and he was going like
Yeah,
he was
straight.
He was sharp shooting those punches. You know,
Straight.
it was like a gazelle
Absolutely.
like length, bro.
And then, of course, the fight had 5 knockdowns. The final one, of course, came by Fury.
yeah.
But the first one came in the third round.
Yeah, the third round was when Fury was like, "Now I'm going to take you on the back foot, my brother," and he did
But what
that.
happened then?
He did that.
He got caught with a counter.
Who?
This Fury.
Yeah. No, it was all back and forth exchanges, bro. I don't think Fury just had a clean.
Yeah,
like
bro.
Deontay was a warrior,
I think Deontay has won some fans.
bro, for sure.
For sure. I think
For sure.
a few Tyson Fury fans as well.
No, for sure. He fought like a fucking legend, bro. It was like the exchanges were back and forth. Even when Fury was getting him a little wobbly, I never thought that the fight.
But I
was
thought
over.
in the third round that it would get over.
Third round, there was a possibility.
Third round, I was like, okay, two-time champ.
Yeah.
Deontay Wilder's back. We are going to see another fourth one.
Yeah, he made him look like Deontay was a little drunk, you know, in the end of the round.
Yeah.
Like those last 10 seconds was
Correct.
really.
Because he got Fury down twice.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like, fuck, it's over. It's a short
That
one.
was the fourth round.
Yeah, third and fourth.
Yeah.
So third and fourth was Wilder knocking down Fury.
Then Wilder came back in the fourth and then
Yeah.
he knocked him down
Yeah,
twice.
Yeah, twice. Yeah.
Twice.
That
And-
was hard.
Yeah, and Fury was hurt,
Yeah,
bro.
Hurt. And he admitted it that, you know, I know that I'm going up against one of the hardest hitting heavyweights of all time. Possibly.
But just see the
You know?
power behind
Yeah.
those shots.
But, the
It's a knock.
fucker-
Those are all knockout.
The fucker who got up.
Yeah.
And then after the fifth and sixth round, it was all Fury.
It was all Fury. Deontay did get a few more very good shots in the later rounds also, but it was just not compared to the kind of volume that Fury was throwing.
Yeah.
And the
he was
ball,
dancing, bro. After the sixth, it was all Fury.
Yeah,
Fury
and-
got his game plan on.
And also Fury was throwing these punches with a lot of power. So that just makes you think that, wow, this guy who's like 270 pounds has some cardio.
Absolutely.
Moving around till the 12th round.
Yeah,
okay?
he has some great
Moving
cardio.
around till the 12th round, 6'9", 270 pounds.
Yes. You could see the difference.
This guy is lighter than him, but still
By like
he's
what,
stiff.
40 pounds?
Yeah.
35 pounds.
Yeah, just can't dance around.
True.
After being wobbled 5-6 rounds Still
True.
you're dancing around,
True.
moving around,
True.
and then you get to see the beauty of Fury with those jabs.
Yes. Yes.
He's throwing 3 to 4 different types of
Yes.
jabs. He's throwing a flicker,
Yes.
and then he's throwing one fucking
Yeah.
deep hard,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
a power
yeah.
jab,
Yeah.
and then just flicking him on the eye
Yeah.
also.
Finished.
And it was beautiful to
And
see.
then you saw like Deontay Wilder was anyways tired, so you could see Fury
Yeah.
holding him down.
Yeah.
It was all that weight, bro.
Yeah.
It was a great plan.
So I think Fury's plan was, you know what it was? Fury's plan was just go to the 1-2,
Yeah.
okay, or feint your jab and get him with the 2.
Huh.
But then don't go for the combo because you might get caught with a counter, which happened quite a few times. So he always went for the clinch. When everyone was asking that, why is he going for the clinch when he can't finish?
The main game plan was clinch, bro.
Yeah.
Tire him out. Why are you going in at 277?
So not only to tire him out, but not get caught with the counter.
Yeah.
Because in that flurry, you can.
But
also
I think more of that. I think more of him getting caught with that whatever. You know, because when you're close in your close distance with the fighter, you can just get one fucking hook, you're knocked out.
It's exactly,
you know?
and you don't want to do that with the power of
Absolutely,
Deontay,
absolutely.
Right? But then in the clinch, the beauty of Tyson Fury's clinch was not only that he was putting weight and all, and that's what I thought that's all he did. That was his entire game plan was to put weight, tire him down, put him down, so he tries to come up and gets tired.
Correct.
But the beauty was he pushes his head down, lets his hand go, and comes up with an uppercut in the clinch.
Yeah, uppercut.
Bro, there were so many uppercuts in the clinch.
But even Deontay was banging out some uppercuts.
But the thing is, if you saw the repeat of the at the end of the round, because in the fight you didn't see the uppercuts because it was in the clinch, and then you see the slow mo and Deontay getting wobbled.
But he's coming back. He's coming back.
Pushing him down and giving him.
He's coming back. He's not giving up only, bro. 8th and 9th round, I was like, okay, it's over. You know, might as well stop the fight. Michael Mora should have just stopped it. But, Richard Mora. But then I was like, fuck, this guy just doesn't want to give up.
Yeah.
He reminded me of Fury in the first round. In the first fight.
First fight.
But all in all, an absolute banger.
Banger of a fight.
You know, an absolute banger. Next up for Tyson Fury, I don't know what's next up for him.
Nobody knows.
I think the winner of Usyk, I think he should fight
Bro, you know
Usyk.
what the journalist asked him? Are you going to retire?
Yeah.
Because
Makes sense.
What else?
Makes sense.
Yeah,
but I
who
don't
else?
think he'll... Or just take a nice break for 2-3 years, come back.
And what did Tyson Fury say in all his interviews? I'm number 1 and I'm fighting number 2.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
What should I do next?
Who else is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, AJ. He
Yeah.
lost from a cruiserweight.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he said.
But next up, I think I'm more excited to see Deontay Wilder because what makes sense right now is that, Deontay Wilder has to fight the winner of the loser of AJ Usyk. So he has to fight AJ, bro.
I don't think AJ wants to fight him.
Yeah, but that's a fact. He'll try and evade, but then eventually...
Because that fight...
What's AJ going to do then? Fight Fury?
They wanted to do that fight since a long time.
Yeah.
AJ will fight Fury for the money.
Yeah, but still, it's a short defeat both sides.
Yeah.
You
but
know,
AJ doesn't believe that. As in, we as fans believe that.
But it's a fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact, you know. It doesn't make sense. Because I don't see AJ even like... See, bro, Wilder is only going to improve.
Wilder was really
going to improve, you know.
Wilder was really good.
If he can, if he's boxing this well in this fight, bro, he's known to use only his right hand. Yeah. But now if he can fucking box and move around, I think he'll, you know.
And the fact that we are saying that it's a great fight is because there was back and forth. It was not one-sided.
Yes.
That's why it was so much fun. If it's one-sided and there's a knockout, then it's...
Bro, 5 knockdowns.
Yeah.
3-2.
Yeah.
3 for Fury, 2 for Wilder.
And
amazing.
every round had you on your toes.
Absolutely.
You know. But at the end, after winning also now, Fury went to Wilder and Wilder.
Yeah.
Oh, but did you see before the fight when the referee was saying that, you know, hit below here, this and that, you're going to follow my instructions. You know, the camera was on Fury and Fury looked at Wilder and said, bitch,
yeah, bro.
I was like, oh,
that back and forth was always going on and on and on, bro. Even after the fight, I was like, are they going to like make up or what?
But they should have.
Yeah, I think it was a bitch move by Deontay Wilder.
Deontay said, I don't respect you.
You have to be humble in your victory and your defeat, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think he was humble.
Because all the cheating allegations don't make sense anymore.
Now what, you know? No, after a fight, like say for example, a bigger rivalry than this was Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao. You know, fuck that. It's boxing's biggest rivalry, I say.
But I don't think...
In our era.
I don't think that the rivalry was fan-created. I don't think the rivalry was between the two.
Yeah, but doesn't matter. There was a rivalry. You know what I'm saying?
There was a rivalry.
Like, there's nothing that was bigger than Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather.
But none of them made it personal.
You know?
Whereas this Deontay said something about this guy's mum.
Yeah.
It all got personal. It got so personal that basically Bob Arum in the press conference, the last press conference, they had decided that there's not going to be any face-off. Okay, because the rule is that in the 1 day before the weigh-ins, when you
have to have
do
a face-off,
if someone exchanges any punch, slap, anything, Then the committee, that Nevada committee, they
yeah.
decide if they want to go ahead with the fight or not. And
Yeah.
sometimes they cancel the fight.
But so that's exactly what happened in one UFC weigh-in, right? When there's a face-off and then it's too heated.
Yeah.
Anyways, they're cutting weight.
Yeah.
But in the heavyweight it doesn't matter. But like for other weight classes it matters, because when they're cutting weight, bro, some guy just pushed an opponent. He was so dehydrated. He got a big cramp in his back. Had to call off the fight
Yeah.
because of dehydration. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So what happened was that basically Fox did not get any security. Okay. So
That's a dumb move.
Yeah, so Bob Arum and the team said that, listen, you guys don't know anything about boxing. Ask anybody who's done any production, okay, for any boxing event. You don't know how these boxers are. You think it's all a joke, but sometimes it's not. You can't take a chance because you spend so much on the promotion.
Correct. You can't fuck
Everything
around.
will go waste.
You can't
and this
fuck
has
around.
happened before.
Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so Bob Arum and his team and the production team said no face-off, no matter what. Okay. So basically, the Fox had invited a journalist from London. Okay, and Bob Arum said, dude, fuck her and fuck the fucking production team also, because apparently she was taking a lot of Deontay's side. And in the end, she said, come on guys, let's have a face-off. And I think these guys had to go on stage and say that, are you fucking mad, dude?
You dumb,
because he's like,
man.
dude, you don't know. You don't want to put two guys with such animosity against each other because you don't know. They might or they might not, but you don't want to take a chance.
100% Deontay Wilder would have whooped his ass.
Yeah.
You would have gone for it.
Because Tyson Fury is going to do everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right before the fight, he's looking at him right in the eye without smiling, just saying, bitch.
Yes, there's no man that's come out of his mother's cunt that can beat me. I think that's like the hardest line ever, bro.
Shit.
There's no man that's been born from his mother's cunt in this planet that is big enough to beat me, you dosser. That's what he said, and he walked off.
Yeah, hard, bro. But it was a great bout. Hopefully, more like these two come. And one more thing. I was seeing this interview of Tyson Fury, and Ariel Havani was like, "You and your dad sound exactly the same."
Absolutely,
He's like,
they look the same. Also.
Yeah, if I close my eyes and I hear you talk, I think it's your dad. And when I see your dad talk, I think that, oh my god, that's you. And you know what Tyson Fury said? Tyson Fury is like, I didn't sound like this before. If you see my early interviews. He's like, in sparring, I got punched in the throat so hard, I got a blood clot.
Oh fuck!
And since then, my voice has been like this.
Oh damn, that's hard.
Because Ariel was like, but your younger brother Tommy, he doesn't sound anything like you guys,
Correct.
The Greek god.
Correct. Even his other brother Shane, na?
Yeah.
Shane, I think the other guy who's always
the
there
hairy,
with the long hair.
Yeah.
Shane Fury, I think. Yeah, makes sense.
So
makes sense.
Got punched in the throat.
But the next fight night is going to be of one of us right now, because we are going in for a debut.
All right.
We have finally decided to go in for a debut.
Yes, sir.
And we've been training.
Yes, sir.
And I have decided to make my debut on October 23rd for the Maharashtra State Championship in Muay Thai.
Yes,
So
sir.
we're going to see how that goes. It'll be very fun to do a fight night.
I know
with one
exactly
of
how
us.
that goes. I predict first round KO.
That's
Head kick.
It's going to be an amazing bout. Training's good.
Training is fucking good.
We also started our own UI dojo.
Yes, sir.
After months and months of, manifestation. A dream that's come true is that now we've also started our own MMA dojo in Marine Lines.
Facts.
A nice spot. Anybody who's watching should come and visit.
Most
we'll
welcome.
keep the link in the description. And the next fight night will be for Muay Thai. Maharashtra State Championships, we are coming.
My prediction is ready. Round 1.
Let's go.
Knockout. It's over. Referee, shut the fight. Ciao, ciao.